want to talk about turning those improper fractions into mixed numbers. So for example, everybody, let's go ahead and say we have, something like this. Let's say we have 13 over 3, and we want to turn this into a mixed number because 13 over 3 is definitely bigger than 1. 3 goes into 13 more than once. So we need to figure out, our final answers when they appear as A, B, C, D, they're not going to be in this form unless they explicitly say, leave it as an improper fraction. But they're typically not going to do that. They're typically going to say, write your answer down as a mixed number. And here's how you do it. Everybody, just remind me real quick, when we're looking at a fraction, what operation does this mean? This bar right there, what is this operation telling you? What is that? Yeah, that's division. Exactly. That's all you need to know. That is all you need to know. That this means division. Let's go ahead and divide. Watch this. 13 divided by 3. Let's see how many times 3 goes into 13, everybody. How many times is that going to be? Correct. That'll be 4 times. Let me just move this down slightly and zoom on in. But what we will get is a 4 on the top, because what this will mean is 4 whole times. In terms of, hey, how many times can 3 fit into 13? It can fit 4 whole times. And that's where our whole number 4 will come into play. And then we try to think about, well, what about the fraction? What do we write in here? Well, what you're going to do, everybody, is you're going to continue with this long division. Watch. 3 goes into 13 4 times, but 3 times 4 is 12, not 13. So we're going to subtract that 12. And everybody, what do we have left over? That's a 1. And what do we call that, everybody? What do we call that number that we get at the end of long division, right there at the bottom there? Yeah, that is called the remainder, or residual for sure. But we're going to go with the remainder here for the purpose of today's class. This is your remainder. And guess what happens to the remainder? It remains up top. The remainder remains up top right there. And your denominator is the same denominator that you had before. You were comparing it in chunks of 3 or out of 3, and we'll keep comparing it out of 3. But that whole number that you get when you do the long division is the whole number. And the remainder remains up top. That's the way I like to think about it.